Bring your hands towards your heart and bow, saying Namaste. Relax your hands again by the sides of your body and start rocking onto your feet, coming onto the balls of your feet and the backs of your feet, the heels. Lovely. Good. Now, see if you can use your arms as well. So you come to the backs of your heels and then bring your arms up. So when you come onto your toes, bring your arms up. And as you stand onto your heels, bring your hands by the sides of your body. That's it. Bringing it up. Good. Perfect. Now, see if you can bring your arms all the way up. If you're working in a soft surface, it will be more difficult. So don't worry if you lose your balance, otherwise go onto the floor. That's it. Hey, stay up there. Good. One more. Lovely. And now we're going to come up and bend the knees, bring it up and release. So, sorry, my head got cut. Up, bend the knees, bring it up and release. Yes. Don't rush it. Yes, that's it. Keep your pelvic floor in and up. Nice, yes. Good. And come into standing still. Yeah, lovely. We're going to come into a balancing posture to start with today. So bring your right foot either onto your ankle, your calf muscle, or your inner thigh, and bring your hands towards your heart. Push your standing leg and the foot that is holding on the leg. Bring your pelvic floor in and up. Relax your shoulders. And bring your arms up. Good. Your palms can be touching or fingertips together. See if you can bring the same hand as the leg that is bent over the thigh and reach with the other hand up towards the sky. And then arch towards your knee, opening the side of your ribs. Keep looking to horizon to keep your balance. If you want to challenge yourselves, look towards your elbow. And inhale, bring it back to center. Release the hands, release the leg. Shake your legs. The position of the eyes will always influence your balance. And if you are standing on a very soft surface, you will find it more challenging. So bring your other foot either onto the ankle, calf muscle, or inner thigh. And bring your hands towards your heart. Good. Keep your pelvic floor in and up, your lower abdomen engaged. And breathe deeply. Inhale, bring your arms up. Your palms can be touching or just your fingertips. And you can bring your hand to rest onto the thigh. Stretch the arm up, reach towards the sky. And see if you can arch towards your bent knee. And if you want to challenge yourself, look towards that corner, towards that elbow. Yay, that's it. And bring it back to center and release. Release your legs. And open your feet wider apart and just sway your back side to side, sway your upper back. That's it. You can come onto the balls of your feet, just releasing all tension. Shake it, shake it, shake it. Good. Yes, that's it. Come on, let's twist again. Like without someone. Good. Come to the front of your mats, please. And bring your feet together. I normally invite you to have your feet hip distance apart. Today we're going to have our feet together because we're going to use that coming onto the balls of the feet. And when the legs are together, it's easier than if the legs are apart. Bring your shoulders back and down, hands by the side. Bring your pelvic floor in and up. Engage your lower abdomen. Lift your toes, look at your toes and spread them as you bring them down one at a time. Inhale, bring your arms around and up. And come onto the balls of your feet. Stretching up towards the sky. Stay on the balls of your feet as you bring your hands towards your heart, coming into a squat. Inhale, bring your left hand onto your right knee, right hand to the side. And bring it back to center, change sides. Back to center, bring your hands by the sides of your feet, bring your right leg back. Push your right heel away, open your chest. Bring your right hand flat on the floor, left arm up. And this is another twist. Release the hands on the floor, bring the leg back into plank. Bring your chest over your wrists, knees on the floor. Now, watch, especially if you have issues with your elbow, you're going to let your thighs come down first, then your belly, then your chest, and your chin, so that your body is holding yourself as you go down. Inhale, shoulders back and down, coming into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe deeply, push your heels towards the floor, your belly's in towards your lower back. Inhale, look towards your hands, lift your heels, bend your knees and step or jump towards your hands. Expand your legs and your back, flat back. Exhale, fall forwards. Soften your knees, push your feet onto the floor as you come up into standing. All the way up. Come onto the balls of your feet. Expand through your fingertips. Exhale, bring your hands through your heart, coming down into a squat. Right hand onto your left knee. Left hand behind. Bring it back to center, change sides. Good, back to center, hands by the sides of your feet. Bring your left leg back into a low lunge this time. Open your chest, lower your hip, feel that heel stretching back. Bring your left hand onto the ground, right arm comes up, twist. Release the hand, bring the leg back into plank. So not to overload the weight on the elbows, we bring the knees onto the floor and let the body come down simultaneously. Belly comes down first, then the chest. And if pushing the hands onto the floor brings pain on the elbow, then just do a baby cobra without pushing the hands on the floor. You don't need to use your hands. Just expand forwards. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look towards your hands, lift your heels, bend your knees. Step or jump. Flat back. Exhale, fall forwards. Inhale, come all the way up. Come onto the balls of your feet, expanding upwards. And exhale. Release, hands towards your heart. Relax the hands by the sides. Roll the shoulders, shake your legs. Good. We continue with our feet together, legs together. So have everything engaged and mind not to overextend your knees, Zoe. There, that's it. Good. Inhale, exhale, hands towards your heart. Bring your pelvic floor in and up, your lower abdomen goes in. We were working on this yesterday. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Arms to the sides of the body and by the sides of your head. Utkatasana, chair pose. Breathe deeply. Weight is on the back of your heels. Your belly's in. Lift your toes so that you can feel that your weight is in the middle of your feet or at the back of your heels. And exhale, reach and fall forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees. Hands onto the floor and step or jump back into plank. Bring your knees into the floor and lower yourselves down onto the ground. You don't need to use your hands for cobra. Just bring it up. If you're using your hands, make sure that your shoulders are back and down, elbows by the sides of the body. Exhale, release, tuck your toes under and push up into a downward facing dog. Your head is between your arms. Your belly's in towards your lower back. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Push your hands onto the floor. Let your left heel go down towards the ground. Point your toes on your right foot. Feel that energy flow throughout the right side of the body. And maybe bend your right knee, look underneath your armpit. Your right armpit, the knee goes towards the sky. Strong stretch in your left leg. One more breath in here. Look towards your hands and bring the right foot between your hands. Open your chest. Lower your hip. Release your left knee onto the floor. Place your left hand on the ground. We're going to bring the left shin to the side and bring the right leg into a side plank. Bring the right leg back into a side plank. So the left knee is on the floor, the left shin is on the floor. Good. Release your right hand. Come into all threes because your left knee is on the floor, your right leg is extended. Bring the leg up, bring the right leg up and flex and point your right foot, flex and point. Keep your abdomen engaged, keep your shoulders open. Bend your right knee and make big circles with your right leg in one direction and big circles on the other direction. Place your right toes onto the floor and bring your left toes onto the floor, coming into plank. Stay in plank, keeping your hands pushing onto the floor, keeping your belly engaged. If you are taking care of your elbows, bring your knees onto the floor and lower down as we did before. If you're okay, then come into Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. And you can walk your dog if you have to release anything on your lower back and the sides of the body. Feel grounded. Have your index finger, middle finger and thumb firmly on the floor. And bring your left leg up. Point your left toes. Let your right heel go down towards the floor. Breathe, reach. And then if available to you, bend your left knee. Look underneath your left armpit. Bring your hip back to center, look towards your hands, and bring the left foot between your hands. Open the chest, lower the hip, breathe. Lovely. Now, release the right knee onto the floor. The right hand will be on the ground. We're going to bring the shin perpendicular to the mat and bring the left leg into side plank. Push the floor away, keeping your chest open, keeping your hips open. Breathe. And release your left hand onto the floor. Straighten your right knee so that it's aligned with your right hand. Keep your belly engaged and bring your leg up parallel to the floor at the same level as your hip. And point and flex that foot. Point and flex. Bend the knee and make big circles in one direction and big circles on the other direction. Release your left foot onto the floor. Bring your right leg to join in plank. Breathe deeply, pushing the floor away. If you're able to do Chaturanga, come into Chaturanga, otherwise knees on the floor, drop it down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths in down dog. Index finger, middle finger and thumb are firmly on the floor. Your shoulders are away from your ears. Your head is between your hands. Inhale, look towards your hands, lift your heels, bend your knees and step or jump towards your hands. Feet are together, flat back. Exhale, fall forwards. Bend your knees, inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale. Release. Relax the hands by the sides of the body. Shake your wrist. Roll your shoulders. Do anything that you need to do to release the body. Good. We're going to come into a forward fold with our legs straight tracking, and our arms will be either behind our backs, or you can have them namaste facing down, namaste facing upwards. Whichever way you have your hands, it doesn't matter. It should be a way that you should be able to sustain that position. And your feet, if you bring your hands onto your hips to start with, let's get the feet in the right place. Your feet should be hip distance apart. So if you bend your knees, you should be able to see your big toes, and your little toes are covered by your knees. And bring your weight onto your left foot and bring your right foot forwards. That's it. Good. Just go backwards and forwards. Check that you can find the middle point. That's it. Yes. Woo-hoo. Lovely. Now choose the position of your hands, either holding onto your elbows. You can have your palms together facing down, or palms together facing upwards. Shoulders are back and down. Inhale, look up, arching your back. Use your glutes to keep you standing. And as you exhale, fall forwards from your hip flexor. So flexing your hip. Don't go all the way down, just stay halfway. Try to keep pushing your hands towards each other. This can be demanding on the elbows. So Adrian, if you need to, just hold onto your forearms. Now, if you can, let your upper body go down, still keeping your shoulders away from your ears and your hands trying to keep them together. One more breath in here. Push onto your front foot, bring your chest up, release your hands, shake your hands, and bring your legs together. Relax your hands by the sides of the body, just for a moment. Feel how you're feeling. We're going to do it now on the other leg. It doesn't matter whether you do the same position with the hands. So if the hands were feeling too demanded upon doing that, then bring the hands onto the elbows. It is more important to keep the shoulders away from each other so that this is not happening. Your shoulders are back rather than where you put your hands. The namaste down or namaste up are quite strong stretches for the wrists. So they are good, especially if you're in your computer all the time, but we don't want to overstretch. So check your standing, check your position, bending your knees. You can take the position of your hands if you want. And this time, bring your left foot forwards. The step is not very wide, and just check that your hip is able to move, that you're not keeping too static. Inhale, push your feet into the floor, feel grounded. Looking up, opening your chest. And as you exhale, reach and come halfway. Breathe deeply. Shoulders are coming towards each other. So this posture, this asana, is especially good for rounding shoulders, to avoid, to strengthen the shoulders. And see if you can come a little bit further down. Flexing from your hip. One more breath. Engage your lower abdomen. Push the foot away. push the floor away, come up, release your arms, and come to center. Relax your arms, just stay standing or shake or whatever you need to do for a moment. And feel your body, feel your right and left side. Don't overextend your knees. Yeah, good. Luckily, I have good eyesight, eh? Good. And we're going to come to holding our feet with our index finger, middle finger, and thumb rubbing around our big toes. So this is a mudra. So you rub around with your index finger, middle finger, and thumb around your big toe. And then we're going to bend the knees as much as you need to bend in order to bend the elbows and have the head coming towards the knees. From there, once you come, your upper body is relaxed and your elbows are bent, your knees can stay bent, or maybe you can let your hip go up towards the sky and straighten the backs of your knees. Okay, so let's see. Good. Push your toes against your fingers. Bend your elbows upwardly and let your sitting bones go up towards the sky. So this is at no point on this one you relax yourselves. You are actively pushing your chest towards your thighs. Push your toes towards the floor. Good. One more breath in there. Inhale, let go of your toes. Bring your hands onto your shins and straighten your back. Exhale. Bring your fingertips onto the floor and really gently come into squat and then into sitting. Shake your legs. Come into sitting. Good. Massage your legs. Just feel you were around it. Bend your knees and let your back rest onto the floor. Have your arms stretching up over your head. Feet are flat on the floor. Bend your knees. And just take a moment to digest what we've been doing. Bring the hands by the sides of your hips, palms facing down. Your feet are close to your hips. Press your feet onto the floor and press your arms onto the ground. That will give you a priming position to help your back come off the floor more sequentially. So flatten your lower back onto the ground, push your feet onto the floor, bring your hips up, coming into your shoulder bridge. Try to keep your knees towards each other. And exhale, release down. We're going to do it twice more. Make sure that your feet are parallel to each other, not facing upwards, and your knees are also in the same line as your hips. If you find that this impinges on your knees, you can have your feet further away. It's just the arch of the back will be smaller. It won't be so deep. So twice more in your own time. Tuck your tailbone. Let your hip come up. Expand your back sequentially. Keep your glutes engaged. Keep your legs engaged. And exhale, release down. This last time, I will invite you to come onto the balls of your feet as we were working with it today. This can give you more space on your lower back. And at the same time, sometimes it gives you a little cramp on the back of the leg. So be mindful of that. If that happens, just release quickly. Inhale, tuck your tailbone, bring your hips up. And maybe come onto the balls of your feet. You can interlace your fingers and push your hands towards your heels. Open your chest. Push this arch as high as you can. And release your arms. Release your back. Release your feet. And hug your knees, making big circles with your knees in one direction. And in the other direction. Let both legs rest to one side and open up the arm in the opposite direction. Feel your ribs and your spine expanding. Bring yourselves back to center and change sides. Good. And back to center. We're going to go into shoulder stand. Now, I would like us to do a vinyasa in between. If you feel tired, you can just stay lying down and bring your legs up or place them against a wall or a window or a door or wherever. If you feel that you have the energy, then hands underneath your knees, rock backwards and forwards. Cross the shins, hands underneath, jump back into plank, chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog, and come back into sitting and into your shoulder stand. So for the shoulder stand, if you're doing shoulder stand, making sure that your hands come on the small of your back. Take your time to position yourself and then bring your legs up. If this is not available to you, you can have your hips resting onto your hands and your legs at 45 degrees. That will give a bit more of a relaxed position. Otherwise, just keep your head in the middle, keep your legs up. We are going to stay here for 10 breaths. Then let your legs, when you've done your 10 breaths, let your legs come over your head into Halasana, plow pose. And after 5 breaths in Halasana, we're going to come down using our arms and abs as brakes. fish posture. Bring your hands underneath your hips and the crown of the head rests on the floor, pointing your toes. Inhale, look towards your toes. Release your hands. Hold them to your knees, making circles with your knees. Maybe upwardly, maybe inwardly. You can take a happy baby, feet towards the sky, rocking side to side. And bring your hands underneath your knees. Rock backwards and forwards. And come into sitting. We're going to do a pranayama, breathing exercise, and then shavasana. So make sure that you have to go. Namaste. Make sure you are sitting comfortably, shoulders back and down. So you can sit cross-legged or onto your shins. We're going to do Nadi Shodhana. So on your right hand, bring your index finger and middle finger towards your palm, or you can rest those fingers between your eyebrows. On the other hand, you can have it in Garana Mudra, index finger and thumb together. Inhale and exhale, just to get ready. Inhale fully through both nostrils. Cover your right nostril and exhale through your left. Inhale left. Cover your left nostril, exhale through your right nostril. Inhale through your right. Close your right nostril, exhale left. Inhale left. Close your left nostril, exhale right. Inhale right. Close, exhale left. Five more rounds by ourselves. And when you finish your 5 rounds, stay with your eyes closed for a moment. Alternate nostril breathing can bring balance to our nervous system. It's a very good way of combating stress, to bring us to the center, to bring us to the present moment. When you're ready, make sure you get something warm. We're going to go into Shavasana, the last resting pose. That's it. Get your blankets, get your bolsters, eye pillows. And since you're at home, I can leave you doing your Shavasana after we finish the relaxation. So it's up to you. Find that comfortable lying down position. Inhale deeply through your nose and exhale with a sigh. That's it. Inhale through your nose. Exhale with a sigh. One more. And exhale if nobody's listening. Inhale. Good. And let your whole body rest. Scan your body. And if there is any tension anywhere in the body, send the breath. Shavasana is our rest and digest pose. And sometimes it takes a bit of time to really get that rest. So take the time that is needed. 10 minutes is ideal.